I thought when Wanya came in for the second possession and sparked the O-line, I was surprised to see Guyton. Yeah, I think you're right, Ryan. I think there was probably a little bit of a um, again still an extending part of the punishment for Wanye not to get a start. But yeah, I would as long as he keeps doing the things that he needs to be doing, I would obviously anticipate him as a starter on the offensive line. Yeah, I think the tackles are certainly better with Wanye and Morris in there on the ends, and they did a really good job overall, just in general. But I think Guyton's one of those kids who play. He's good. He's probably not quite as good as Wanye, to your point, but I think he's going to continue to get a lot of playing time as well. If OU does this against K State, do you think they will move into first in the Big 12? I mean, you've got Kansas as first in the Big 12. If that tells you anything, just because there's not been any conference games played outside of Kansas beating West Virginia last week. So I think nationally, a lot of people think that um, everybody feels like Oklahoma is still the team to beat, particularly after this performance. And yes, this Nebraska team is not good, and they've struggled over the last couple of years, but they've been in a lot of close games. There's not very many games that Nebraska has played in where they've gotten blown out over the last few years, and Oklahoma really just dominating this game after the first possession until pretty close to the end there. So I think um, I, I, I I think Oklahoma is still the clear, maybe not the clear cut favorite, but they are the favorite coming in, and probably one of the most impressive performances on the road that Oklahoma has had early in a season in quite some time. Yeah, Ryan, completely agree. I think both of those kids played really, really well along with Mims. They're going to need all three of those, and Braden Willis as well from a tight end perspective. I think, yeah, you're absolutely right. They're gonna need those guys just so they can't really defenses can't key on Marvin Mims as much. That's the only thing. I mean, I tend to agree with you, Jimmy. Here, they don't they haven't thrown, and that's maybe more of a Levy philosophy, or maybe that's a Venables influence on the offense. Like, okay, when we got a big lead, when we got them, let's just run the clock, avoid injuries, and things like that. But I think, you'd like to see him throw the ball a little bit more, just so he is able to, if you get into a situation where you need him, you have some confidence in what he might bring. Um, Jay, don't like to prevent offense when you play backups. Yeah, like I said, I mean, I think that's most coaches are like that. Once you don't want to. The coaching profession is one of those that you have a lot of respect for the other, obviously for the other team, the other institution, and you don't want to run up the score, and you don't want to embarrass them. So yeah, but I think Oklahoma has early on in the season they've played it a little bit closer to the vest even than Riley and Stoops has in previous years, without a doubt.